last matchup against the Knicks. They've still got the advantage up 2-1, but they'd like to shut the door here and avoid a second consecutive loss to these guys.
They just couldn't get the ball in the basket that day, guys. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, it's hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yeah, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They need to work a lot harder to get good shots today.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Monroe and Drummond there inside. Fresh is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Singler in at the small forward. Monroe, no good. So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to Cleveland.
Kevin, that game defensively was an absolute nightmare. They went into that building and just got blown out by a very hot team.
Well, they didn't defend those shooters like they should have, and once the fans got into it and the arena started rocking and thumping and bumping, things only got worse.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Shots good by Baines. Baines has got his first bucket in this one.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And that one's good. Fresh has got his second bucket. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
New York Knicks were ranked as the NBA's most valuable franchise recently, and with team values skyrocketing, the Knicks came in at around $1.5 billion. That's a B, billion.
Now here's Shumpert, who's coming off a 13-point game against Atlanta.
Put in a lot of good work on the boards. That helped him too.
Those are what we call confidence building blocks.
Knicks winning 6-4.
Fresh, the pass to Caldwell-Pope, rejected by Thomas. They get it back. Monroe dishes to Singler. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Well, if you believe that a point guard's defense is just as important as his offense, then these guys have been outstanding lately. The point guard steal leaders from the past 10 games. You look at Fresh. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
And with these guys, they're always going to give you an outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. And it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
And that kind of aggression is exactly what you need from your point guard, Steve. At the point of attack, he sets the tone for your defense. And this bunch gives their counterparts very little room to operate on the perimeter.
So it's the Pistons now, after New York gets the 3.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Here's Baines. 17 points in his last outing, and stolen by Drummond. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. New York leading by 3. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, earlier I spoke with Kurt Rambis. We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands. So pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's Shumpert after the made shot from Charlie. Just 3 to shoot. Down low. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Boy, the kind of moment you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof, yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
And Abamute kicks to Shumpert. Left side, Shumpert from 10 feet out, and he gets it to go. Shumpert's got his second bucket tonight.
With Detroit since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they've put up. Second in fewest turnovers per game. 7. And they're in the top half of the league in shooting from deep as well. This is a strong suit for this team, knocking down those shots from behind the arc.
And Clark, you know, when you commit so few turnovers, it's key because you become a much better offensive team. You're constantly getting looks at the basket, and your defense isn't vulnerable either because you're able to get back in transition so much easier.
Here's Larkin following the bucket by the Pistons. Shumpert, no good.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus. Iman Shumpert, an aggressive perimeter defender with lockdown potential. Still very foul prone early in his career, but he's got a chance to be elite defensively as he continues to grow.
The Knicks with the lead, and a fast break now for the Knicks. Here is Mbamute, right through the knee for the layup.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
And Shumpert, fantastic athlete, great quickness and leaping ability.
Yeah, he's rebounded very well from his ACL injury. He's got a nice handle to go along with good passing ability. A lot of upside remaining in his game.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Smith comes in for Thomas. Hardaway is subbed in for Shumpert. Here's Baines. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Here's Jennings. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely, those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Hardaway, no good. The Pistons have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And Shane Larkin gets the whistle that time.
Nice shooting.
Shut up. Don't talk.
Checked in.
I was in the game doing
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
Yeah. All right.
Here's Jennings. Can't get it to go. What stands out to you from New York in this one?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score, playing well here, Steve.
We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Smith is out there with Luke Mbamute. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Baines in at the 5 spot. They're the group New York will start the second with. Now here is Hardaway. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And that one's good. And it's 7 points for Iman Shumpert.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Fresh, the pass to Tolliver. Here's Charles. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Fresh has got 13.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Ball stolen.
Yo.
No good. And New York the other way now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
It's good. This game is all even. Fresh has got 8 points in the quarter.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Hardaway dishes to Baines. Mbamute. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
They grab their own miss. Monroe's shot is good.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
God.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Now here's Shumpert. He has 7.
Chuck.
The dish now to Mba Amute.
Stephon Marbury.
Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. And there's Shumpert. That's good on the assist from Hardaway. 10 points for Amon Shumpert.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Hi, guys. Fresh in their last game against the Cavaliers, got the job done. He dropped a cool 33 points and seemed to have a hand in every defensive stop. Good numbers for him in both the steals and blocks columns. Another strong showing from him in what has become a habit.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance at Clark here tonight?
I'd say no chance, partner. And that's not a knock against him. It's just that he was so good that night, I don't think he can possibly do it 2 games in a row.
He was Kelloggian. Is that a word? We can use that word.
It is.